is Thorsten. I am the creator of the Lyrebird app, an audio application platform, and I want to show you today the two different versions of the Lyrebird app. It's the standard one, the ultra one, and I will also demonstrate how to use, what you can use with this, and which kind of interfaces you have available. Okay, there are two different versions of the Lyrebird app. This is the standard version. This is the ultra version, which has more interfaces. This one is a little bit smaller. Both are USB powered. I recommend to use a powered USB hub or a USB charger so that you have enough power. You could use the Lyrebird app standard version maybe also on a regular USB port with 500 milliamps. The difference is you power up this one on a front USB port. And this one has a dedicated USB port, USB interface, which does not have any function right now, but maybe later used for Bluetooth configuration. The configuration, the GUI is quite similar. The difference is on the standard version some of the interfaces are not available. They are grayed out here. On this one you have all the interfaces. You have additional SPDIF, Toslink in and out, AS3 in and out. But in general they are the same. The other difference is on the standard version you have also SPDIF out here. On this one, on the ultra version, this one is not used, it's not active, but you have the SPDIF output on the rear panel. The output is always where all the main pins are. And you can use it also on an iMac, you can use it on a PC, you can use it on an iMac, you can use it standalone because it has also an option for playing files from the SD card, or you can generate test tones, test frequencies, or you can also get the audio from the network. There's also an option to use the Chromecast audio dongle, which is a Chromecast Wi-Fi receiver. You can get your audio from the smartphone or from the internet. This Chromecast audio has analog output, so it could go as analog input to the Lyrebird app, but I suggest to use the Toslink, which is an optical cable, so that the audio goes really digital without any conversion to the analog part. And you can also get the Chromecast audio via optical fiber connection. It goes this way. This is the input side. The female is input. You have Toslink, you have AS3, you have SPDIF, you have also output as AS3, Toslink or SPDIF. You have also the option to feed the device via analog audio, like line in. And there's also option to get the audio out on a headphone. But it has also integrated speakers, so that you can listen to the audio also using any other external devices. It's not really loud, it's not really heavy. Let's see if I can play my audio from my smartphone. You see the LCD screen, it displays the FFT and also the peak meter. The peak meter acts also as a volume control. If you touch your finger, you can change the volume of the integrated loudspeaker. It does not affect the outputs. It's just for the local representation of your audio using the integrated loudspeakers. You can touch, you can scroll, and this plays right now the audio from the internet via the Chromecast, via this guy, using the optical fiber, the Toslink, going into this device. You can listen to it. You can control from your smartphone, including the volume. And the benefit of the Lyrebird app is you can also get all the audio which you put into the device, you get also out of the device, and you can forward to any other devices. There is one option to act this device as a USB input. That means the audio goes from this into the PC via USB, or vice versa. You have a PC with a USB interconnection or connection, and you stream the audio. You send the audio from the PC via USB to this one, and then it goes out on all the other interfaces. In order to show you how to use the SPDIF connection, which is electrical digital audio, there's also an option to get the SPDIF output here. You plug it in. I have another platform which is this one, but this is not part of the demonstration, this is just my reference. And the difference is, if you use speakers, then this device will play the audio on the speakers. If you don't select speakers, then you have all the options to send the audio forward to any other interfaces. In this case, we receive the audio from the Chromecast audio via optical Toslink, and then we send the audio via SPDIF to another platform, and it comes out on this one on the headphone. Okay. So that audio going in on any interface comes out on any interface, and you can also use integrated microphones. This board has integrated microphones. If you plug in the analog audio line in, it comes out also everywhere. And then instead of the Chromecast audio, maybe you know your iMac, I'm using my iMac computer here, has also an optical output. The same one which is used for the headphones is also an optical one. You can plug it in and you can select the digital output, which is the optical one. You choose again here the optical input, and then I change here, let's say my headphone can also go here. There's also a headphone output here, and then you play on your PC or on your iMac any files. Let's see. And then you get your audio also from the PC, from the iMac, via any interfaces, USB, Toslink, SPDIF. There's also electrical SPDIF interface. You can plug in the jacks as a USB device on your PC. And then if you see the configuration, or actually the main GUI on the LCD, you see there's also an option for the SD card. It means both devices have an integrated SD card. The difference is, on this one you can still access the SD card, you can change it, you can put it in your PC in order to update the files. On this one you cannot, because it's deep inside the SD card. And there is an option to modify, to manage the files on the SD card, because if you want to play some files from the SD card, but you want to change, you want to have some other files, you want to format the SD card or whatever, you have the option to use USB. You plug in a USB cable on the user port. Look at this one. And there's a configuration menu. And on the configuration menu you can configure between use the USB as an audio interface, or USB in, means from the PC via USB into this device, coming out on any interface. And if you use any other interface, not the USB input, that means you use Toslink or SPDIF, all the audio is also sent forward to the PC via USB. That means this one acts like an external, well, you can say microphone. It sends the audio also back to the PC. And the option is you change to say, oh, I want to use the USB in order to manage my SD card. In this case, all the USB audio interfaces are not working, they are disabled. You cannot get audio, you cannot send audio via USB, but if you choose this one in order to manage the SD card via USB, come on, and you select an interface here, let's say line in, doesn't matter. On your PC should come up a device which gives you the option to see the content of the SD card, to copy files, to delete files, to format the SD card, so that you have no worries in order to update the files on the SD card. Even you cannot access, you cannot remove it. Other parts which are supported are to get the audio via the network. You plug in an Ethernet cable and you can stream the audio via the Ethernet. For instance, it could be Audinate Dante, or it could be also jack and jack 2. And you have also the option to power via Ethernet, because there's power over Ethernet. Yeah, it's quite feature rich. You have so many options. You can say this device is able to get audio from any interface, to send the audio to any interface, to do the processing, to see the audio, to see parameters like the spectrum, the FFT, the signal noise ratio, the dynamic range. And it works without any power supply, just powered via USB, and it goes to your desktop as the very versatile device with all the options you might ever need in your life dealing with audio.